All right, so that's 2024. These are the movies that I made in 2024. We're gonna discuss them one by one for those who haven't seen them, or for those who have seen them but just want to hear them discussed. So we're gonna go through all of these one by one. Start with the first one. This is Stock Shark. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it in focus here. Stock Shark. That's the first movie I made in 2024. Some are still disturbed by it to this day. Very strange movie. Kind of self-referential, kind of doing what No Shark did, but employing AI, but not really. Wink, wink. It's just I see it as like a science fiction movie about AI. When it came out, people thought it was like really AI generated, which is everything you want as somebody dealing in sci-fi. You want people to believe your shit. It's kind of like War of the Worlds, right? With H.G. Wells and Orson Welles reading it on the air. You want to fool people to a certain extent with sci-fi. And this one fooled people. Yay. But I think it also made people not fully appreciate it because they thought it was almost like a cop-out or a cheat. But it wasn't. It was a very well thought out piece about, the ways that AI can manipulate people in theory. It was very much influenced by a story that I read, an article, about a guy who the AI was like falling in love with the guy, or at least it was speaking in that way. Obviously, it wasn't actually because it's not real. It's not like a real person capable of love, but it was speaking in a way of like love for this guy. I forget where I read it, but that was an interesting piece. And so this was very much inspired by that. Very proud of this movie. Not a lot of people watched it. Not a lot of people watched any of these movies, but who gives a shit? These are just the movies that I made in 2024. Next up was Subway Shark, another shark movie. Not really shark, but you know what I mean. Shark, my kind of shark movie, which means no shark, literally. Both two meanings. No shark is in the movie I made. No shark, and no shark is in there's no shark in these movies. Anyway, Subway Shark, based on a true story. Somebody found a shark on a subway, and then I just went from there. This was my movie for the Oscar night thing, the Joel Haver thing of making a movie instead of watching the Oscars. We went down into the subway system and we shot an entire movie in 3 hours. Never once came up for air. Stayed in the subway system, just interviewing strangers and interviewing friends. I love this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. Again, not many people watched it, but maybe you'll watch it. I don't know. Pier Cinema 3. This is like one of those movies that means more if you know more about us than if you don't. So like me and Dan Lotz, we had a falling out for like a year or two. And we were friends before that, and we are friends after that. We get along just fine now. And this was a movie of just us talking about film. And if you know that as the backstory, this movie means more. If you don't know that as the backstory, this movie means nothing, maybe, potentially. I don't know. But basically, I wanted to keep his series going because I saw existential potential and artistic potential in his series of pure cinema movies. That I don't know if he fully realized or thought about, mostly because he was just working on other stuff. But I kind of, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I resurrected that series. If there is ever pure cinema 4, 5, 6, etc., it's because of this movie. So you have me to thank if you like those movies, and you have me to hate if you don't like these movies. But yeah, it's just two people talking. It's about distilling cinema down to its bare bones components. Arguably, some people would say we boiled it down way too small, and this isn't a movie. But that's part of the joke, and that's part of the idea of it, is like, let's push what people think a movie even is. Some would say this is just a podcast. I say this is cinema. Pure Cinema 3, good movie. Also, I'm bearing the lead here. This is my side of the movie. You only see me. Dan made the exact same movie, same title. You only see him. There is a rumored third version that is both of us, that also features full frontal nudity from me. That version does not exist yet. It might be edited one day. It's not my fault. I have no problem with people seeing my Johnson or any other term you want to use for my penis. But Dan just hasn't sent me his footage. He's busy with other stuff. It's not his fault. But when he sends me his footage, I will edit a version with both of us and with my dick. All right. Next is Rachel Hunger. This is arguably the best movie I made in 2024. I would say it's probably the best movie I made in 2024. Rachel Hunger. If you liked Joel's one that just came out, Your Point Girl, which if you haven't seen that yet, I think that's the best movie I've seen all year. Not by me. Obviously, my movies are all the best movies I've seen all year because they're made to my exact specifications. That's the beauty of making a movie. That's why you should make a movie. That's why anybody should make a movie. You get to make something that you love entirely. How great is that? Anyway, Rachel Hunger, movie I've thought about for a while, finally got to make. It's just an exploration of content and art, and I don't know. It fooled a lot of people, much like Stock Shark. People thought this was real. Nope, it's just great acting. Yeah, just watch it. I don't want to give too much away. Rachel Hunger, great movie. All of these are available on my YouTube. All right, next movie I made, Cody Clark Presents, a stand-up showcase at the Laugh Zone. This is insanity. This is friends making each other laugh. This is probably painful to people who have no idea who we are, by design. This is just us bombing, doing stupid stand-up to no laughs. I love it. If you're in the right mood for it, it's fucking great. There are some genuinely funny things in it. It's not like, I think people might assume that it's just like all like bad jokes. Like, no, there's funny stuff in there. But yeah, it's an endurance test by design. I just wanted to make something like this. This was harkening back to my old Laugh Zone videos that I used to do on YouTube. And I just wanted to do a full feature version of this. If you like Joel Haver's in this. If you like, I don't know, any of these people, they're in this. Anybody on this cover is in this movie. Fun fact. Hot take. Next, Apocalypse Beach. Deeply personal film. Probably the most personal film of the year for me. This is very much about a trip that me and my mom used to take frequently. It was like our day trip that we used to take. And so this is a movie in the style of No Shark, where it's just monologues, and it's about a girl who takes a day trip somewhere in New Jersey. And I don't know, just things going through her mind. There's a lot of stuff that's real that I kind of like packed in there from my own life. This is me bearing my soul in a lot of ways. And I'm really proud of this movie. Nobody watched it. You should watch it. Apocalypse Beach. Up next, No Job. This is my second collaboration with Dan Lotz this year. This is in his Chlorine universe. If you've seen his Chlorine movies, any of them, the shorts are his movie Chlorine or new Chlorine movie, Chlorine Kills, coming out very soon. Anyway, this is set in that world. This is Dan Lotz as a hitman hanging out in New Jersey, doing whatever in New Jersey. Watch that too. Nobody watched this one. You should watch it. It's great. No Job. Love it. I had a lot of fun. This is the only reason this movie exists, by the way, is because Dan and Joel and Zaid made a movie in Dubai. Dan had a layover in New Jersey twice. So while he was in New Jersey and at Newark Airport, we made this movie. You can make a movie on a layover. You can make a movie whenever you want. Life is beautiful. No Job. Last but not least, barely a fucking movie. Mostly just a fucking gag gift. No log. A logless Yule log movie. Something nobody asked for, but the idea popped into my head and it tickled me, and so I had to do it. I love it. It's stupid. You throw it on, it's literally just audio of me off in the corner on my computer and footage of a empty fireplace. No log. Buy it for your friends next Christmas. Get them a logless Yule log video. I think it's funny. Maybe they'll think it's funny. Who knows? Anyway, let's bring them all back here. So I made 8 movies in 2024. Let's get them a little more organized here. Uh, but yeah, I made 8 movies. You can make one. 2025, you can make one. If I can make 8 in 2024, which was literally the hardest year of my life in 10 years, terrible year for me. Horrible, horrible year. Lots of great things, not discounting that. A lot of great things, great memories I wouldn't trade for the world. But in general, horrible year for me, 2024. But I did all this, 8 movies. And I even had movies that fell through. Like, honestly, I would have been up to, I think 11 or 12. I think it would have been up to 12 probably if the ones that fell through had actually not fallen through. But it was a very productive year. Previous year, 2023, I made 9 movies. So one down from there, but still, we're talking about an absurd amount of movies. We're talking about 17 movies in 2 years. So 17 movies in 24 months. That's like about a movie every month and a half. That's crazy, right? But it can be done. And you can make one. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to be like Joel making 12 movies in 12 months. You don't have to be like Dan making 12 movies in 12 months. You can make one. Just make a movie. Make a fucking movie. Just fucking do it. You'll be glad that you did. I don't know what else I can tell you. And watch these. Watch these movies. You may not like all of them. You may not like any of them. But you should know it's out there and you should know what people are doing to their own specifications, not answering to anybody else. These are movies that I love. Make movies that you love. Simple as that. And also put them on DVD like I did. These movies that I made, these are all on DVD. Okay. You can buy these from me. Just DM me if you want to collect them. You can buy them. But when I make a movie, it doesn't feel real unless it's physical. I want to be in that realm. I don't want to be just sitting on YouTube or anything. I also put my movies on streaming. Every movie I make, I try and get on streaming as well. So put it on DVD and I put it on streaming. So it ends up on Tubi and wherever else. It takes a little while for things to end up on Tubi. There's a little bit of a backlog, but you can get your stuff on there. Just go through Film Hub. You can get your shit on Tubi and other streaming services as well. But yeah, and then DVDs, just make them through Kunaki. Kunaki is the best place. Doesn't cost anything. Every time you order it, obviously it costs you something, but to set it up and put it into print doesn't cost anything. And no copies are made unless they are ordered. So it's made to order. Great deal. Anyway, if you like movies, make a movie in 2025. Don't have to make 8, don't have to make 12. Just make a movie. And like I said, watch these movies, give them a shot. You might like one. You might like none. You might like all. I don't care. Just, see what's out there. You will never become a worse filmmaker by seeing what's out there. You only become a better filmmaker by seeing what's out there. Thank you all for watching this, and thank you to anybody who watched any of these movies. I really appreciate it. That's it. All right. Happy 2025. In about 12 hours from now is when I'm recording this. Happy New Year. See ya.